Okay, this is part 2 of our discussion with Bob Proctor, letting you know that the evolutionary phase of discovering, well, really knew, I guess I knew what was kind of happening. I mean, there's always another layer of unfolding with psychosis of humanity. And I know that we're at war because we're in a psychological war against humanity of good versus evil. And there's an Iranian woman on TikTok, and I'm not gonna go talk too much about her because she's trash. However, her dad is Taliban. And so she's lied about her educational background, her age. Everything about her is a complete lie, even that she's a healthy person because she does cocaine and drinks a lot. And she used my husband, as it's a secret I'm married to my husband, to attempt to infiltrate a system of networking known as non-fungible tokens with her clan, who then utilized the information from my mentors and educators, including the source, God, for evil bidding to promote her looks and her business. She has no self-awareness. Her vibration is horror. So she basically works with Beelzebub. And that's a true story. However, I battled him, Beelzebub, and I won, and I still win continuously. So anyway, it is what it is. It's an epitome of what this work is for, is the law of attraction, but it's living in the positive mental attitude in situations where the entire Democratic Party celebrity and social media influencer is attempting to take out a good person like yourself, like me. Do I feel sad? No. Do I really care? Not really, except for the fact that the work is being used to abuse people, which becomes the common sense of you as the people who are watching the content. The funny part about that is they're all just watching it because the uncover is so vast that they are all laughing at her. So that's why self-awareness is very important. Okay, moving on. Okay. Let's take a look at COVID as an opportunity. It was an opportunity to clean the earth of negative people like her. However, she made it through somehow. Opportunity to take a look at our government system, opportunity to reevaluate ourselves, opportunity to be grateful, opportunity to have self-awareness and to self-reflect. Opportunity to take a look at how we're utilizing other countries for too much things. An hourglass. So let's picture an hourglass. The top is the future. The bottom of the hourglass is the past. This is sand. And this is sand. This is the future. This is the past. There's not anything we can do about this. Except in mind. You can mind manipulate people into believing something different. But with energy experiences within your own self, there's nothing. You can't go back in time. I can though. I can time travel. Just to let you know. And this is future. So the only thing you can really control is now. This line right here. How you're going to be in this moment. Internally. Not externally. Internally, you can control how you see things. You can never control other people. You can only control your mind, which is the beauty of the 12 laws of success. It becomes the game of life. Make room to give up what you must. Give up what you must. That discovery is like just exhausting. That's all it is for me. It's like, how can you be so boring? They're all like this in the background. Boring. My content is fabulous, by the way. Self-aware. I know what works. The work works when you use it appropriately and positively, which is all of what we've been uncovering from the beginning of all this. So this is bigger than really even I know, I would say. Well, I kind of know, but not in concrete form. And so I'm just like, go away and let me do my job, please. And then you all need to handle it. See, because they get a rise out of other people feeling emotionless and powerless. This, like, bizarre. Yes, I know. The law of prosperity is you attract what you like in frequency with your things. So, for example, when I used to live in Colorado, I bought a bunch of furniture. I love that furniture. I brought my bedroom set from here. I bought this great living room set that had just such pure joy around it, a table in the kitchen, and some other little things that just really resonated with me. And then when I moved from Colorado, I didn't want to take it all with me, so I sold it or I gave it away. Just start over. I would have to say that was probably the biggest mistake of my life. Once I lost all my things, I felt like a vibrational shift within myself that I couldn't find another couch that resonated with me like that particular couch. I can't find a bedroom set that resonated with me like that bed I had that was it was like 10 years old. It was a Broyhill. It cost me like $5,000 or $6,000. I loved it. It was solid. It was supportive. It was a king size bed. Not that I was like attached to the thing. It was just attached. Like the emotional comfort that I got from those things was a vibrational frequency match to me. Just a little side note for those of you who are doing trash talk and you're a female or a man, you better be careful who comes to your house to look at things, because during that time when I was selling things, perverts showed up at my house to attempt to assault me. However, my boyfriend at the time was there both times, and they just left. And then one of them just purchased the product because he got scared. And that was my life toward the end of Colorado. A bunch of whack jobs. Get rid of what is not serving. Tangible. Did that. Meaning if your house is cluttered and you have a lot of junk, get rid of some stuff. It actually makes yourself feel more empowered when you have a clean working space. See every problem as an opportunity. It is what it is. It's what's so. Perception is what's messed up. Perception that's messed up, exactly, but you also want to take a look at the fact that people need to adhere to laws. Meaning, you don't want to take on emotion of something though, but you do want to take action to repair the concern that's out of integrity. The first step in that could be speaking the truth. There's a long way to the top, a long way to the bottom. So it's like the opposite polarization. If you think it's a long way to the top, then it's a long way to the bottom. If you think it's a big problem, it's also a big opportunity. We got a big problem here, that's a fact, but it's also a big opportunity for us to evolve as a individually, a family, a community, a government system, global nations, which includes the world, to the universe. They're all running scared just to let everybody know they're just good actors and actresses. However, they're not really that good of actresses and actresses. Y'all are just attached to the machine. Only 5% get to the point where they can see their definite purpose. My purpose is to see that you see and create your purpose. What's your definite purpose? Everyone has deep reservoirs of talent and opportunity. I'm multi-talented because I'm Jesus' lifetime. But I'm also one person. Meaning I'm teaching you as I'm learning also. This is some new stuff that I learned today. This beautiful stuff that I'll be evolving into my stuff. However, you'll actually come up with new stuff too. The teacher becomes the student becomes the teacher. My learning will come in watching you evolve, because as soon as I said the teacher becomes a student, you already want to put yourself on a pedestal. And that's when you're going to catch attitude from me. Because I did not die and come back for nothing, I can tell you that much, to watch some little twit 22-year-old abuse me. I've had enough. Everyone has deep reservoirs of talent and opportunity. Fear. I can't see. What will you believe? Faith. Which will you want to believe? Fear or faith? Make your choice. You going to have faith or are you going to have fear? Talks of COVID as an opportunity. We did that. The law of achievement. Right self to self. Equal achievements, then pass. What comes up? Believe in success. Surpass your mentor. I'm letting you know you'll never surpass me. Because the difference between what Napoleon Hill and Carnegie were dealing with were good people. Because you don't understand what that even means. They're already trying to take me out. Help people. Embody goodness. Not overpower someone. Are you not listening to anything that I'm teaching you? You will get your ass handed to you in public in front of a whole entire room when I get abused on stage at VCon 2023. You better fucking believe that one. I ain't playing no fucking games no more, fools. Gary might sit there and smile on his face and let you talk to him any which way and be condescending and whatever, but I'm going to talk straight. And guess what I got? A psychic ability that you ain't never seen before. Meaning I know what you've been up to. R-A-P-E. Yes, I have a question. Yes, manipulator, what would you like to ask? No, you cannot sleep with Gary Vaynerchuk. Sit your ass down. No, you will not be asking or bringing up that hoe unless it's part of the topic of conversation. There will be no questions involved. I'm telling you the facts. It's how they're going to try to manipulate you into believing it's a facade. It ain't no facade. She ain't never hooked up with him. She ain't never slept with him. There's all video. There's all secret conversations that were recorded. Everything you saw has been placed on her Instagram page, and Mark Zuckerberg owns all of the documentation. And guess what? He's part of the secret team too. The good side. So all you little mind manipulators out there who are psychotic and millennials hoping the green outfit will win, I'm going to tell you, you will also lose. You will lose, Maha. You already lost. Smile to your face, stab you in the back. The new mentality of this generation. And Maha, I want to tell you something. You're ugly and fat. He would never touch you with a 10-foot pole. Take a look at what he's got. That's how you got to battle these women, because they're psycho. You psycho in the head because you tapped into that frequency known as I'm a female, I'm better than. Look at my seduction frequency that I love to tap into as I not only seduce your man, your man, your man, your man, I'm also going to attempt to seduce you because you're actually my target audience. Now tell me if you don't think that's manipulative. New age society at this time. And then the ladies are going to tell me that I'm mean? Okay, well then you're part of the problem. You don't remember what it used to be like in my 20s, what dating was like. And how awesome it was. And how tragic it was. However, we had business about ourselves. And we bonded together as a female group instead of what y'all hoes got going on now. I ain't got no female friends except for those I've known since the beginning of my lifetime. And there's only 3, 4. There's only 4. Because now what's going to happen is, be my friend, be my friend, be my friend. Give me all your information. Give me all that you got so I can feed off of your soul. I don't think so. I'm going to tell you right now, there are some people that will be left behind. Do your own work. I ain't got no compassion for that shit. And you can go ahead and say that you had compassion for me. No, you have bullied me into aggressive growth. Another way that Democrats like you to run away from a conversation is because you don't like hearing the truth. They've trained you into loving fluff talk. So you can leave, but I can guarantee you the world will not survive. We are at war right now. Your life depends on it. Decisions. Why do successful people make decisions about things without knowing the outcome? Because they have balls. They're risk takers. Unconscious competence. Become conscious competent. That means you're self-aware. Sometimes you're naturally good at something, but now you have to go a little deeper and figure out the conscious competence. How can you even expand your already unconscious competence? You make it conscious, because when you become conscious, you become more evolved, and then you learn more skills. The thoughts you are thinking are vibrating at a particular frequency. Not only do you have a vibration here, you have a vibration here. And they're both connected. Vibration to frequency, self to external. Vibration, frequency. We become that we think about thoughts. So if you always think negative thoughts, you become negative thoughts, which means that's how you get cancer. Rhythm cycle, highs to lows. Always a normal cycle of life, but learning how to evolve. Whatever is going on is energetically draining me at this time. It's not even about me, meaning I'm not considering it about me. However, it is about me. I'm having to fight through telling you this information. Self-awareness is key. That's how I know. So I'm in a low rhythm cycle right now. But I'm still in a positive mental attitude, just so you know. Maxwell Maltz talks about self-image. He was an old plastic surgeon. He would tell you, he said that a scar removal was a phenomenal change for some, but sometimes a similar scar for somebody else would not make a difference. Because we have an external image and we also have an inner image. Again, going back to self-awareness. This is a beautiful topic to discuss because the scar removal person is an external validator, meaning they used external validation to make them feel less than. The person with the inner image didn't have that kind of feeling around other people, didn't really care what other people thinks or thought. When I did my bodybuilding show, I would often use mirror work to tell myself I'm getting thinner and more beautiful every single day. Don't I look beautiful? I would say so. Looking at yourself in the camera, telling yourself you're beautiful, while the rest of the world attempts to tell you that you're ugly. Blocking the vibration and the frequency of the Vandy clan. You too can be beautiful. I don't care if you think you're the ugliest person on the planet. You get in shape, you change your diet, you have confidence, you vibrate from inside out the frequency of I love myself, and then it's an essence of who you are, and you're just beautiful. Noting that certain people, when you say those kinds of things, like to insert themselves into the space as if it's them. Knowing the difference between a demonic space of trying to steal that energy into learning how to embody it yourself. You got blonde hair, you ain't shit. Blondes have more fun. It's a brand. I can guarantee you, if there was a blonde and a brunette here in this room right now, that I would be chosen. Because I radiate beauty from the inside out. Planted by others. So it's planted, those externals, like I was telling you, are planted by others. It's how we were raised. It's how we carry ourselves into adult life. That's the self-image. How much will you let others create your self-image? That's always the question. That's why it's so important to know your self-awareness, your self-image, and to live in the vibration of I love myself, which takes me to the concepts and discussions and the actions of affirmations associated with Louise Hay. I would like not even look at anyone else's stuff at this time. Louise, hey, that's it. Pay attention to who you are. Study yourself. Potentials are same. Infinite sources of supply, endless talent. Find a mentor. Cause of fear is ignorance. You're just ignorant. And ignorant comes from doubt and worry. On the conscious level, it's an image. I'm like so sick of y'all. I'm like really sick of y'all. It's so pathetic, man. Y'all are so judgmental. I'm literally getting bashed and beaten on every direction, and you just have no compassion, yet you're saying you're compassionate. Because you don't like the way you're being spoken to. I'm tough shit. You need to learn, and you need to learn fast. The best teachers in life don't let you get fluff talked. And this shit ain't nothing compared to what I had to go through to get here. Go ask Baron Baptiste how Iyengar used to teach him. Go ask Gary Vaynerchuk what he had to go through to get where he was. Go ask Donald Trump what you all did to him. No compassion. Democratic Party. However, you're the one spouting off lies. Brainwashed, attached to the machine. Make your decision. Turns emotional, which is fear, then becomes a vibration. My vibration is here with me now, not over there with you. Suppressed. Okay, here we go. Fear. Emotion is from fear. Then it becomes a vibration. And then it becomes anxiety. And then anxiety gets suppressed. And then it becomes depression. And then it becomes disease. And then it becomes disintegration. And that's the negative track. So most of you operating in the Vandy clan are on the negative track. That is what the Vandy clan teaches you, whether you're utilizing this information or not. You're in the clan, you are on the way from turns emotional into fear. Then it becomes a vibration, so you're all vibrating like that. You have anxiety, which you all talk about. You suppress it. Then you cry about depression, you do nothing about it, and then you get sick and disease, and then you disintegrate, which is dead. And that's what you're creating for yourselves. So you need to take responsibility of your ignorance and turn that into knowledge. And you need to start studying it and experiencing it and learning how to embody it. Law of opposites. Doubt and worry is a pathway. Doubt and worry to understanding, to faith, to expression, to well-being, to expression and acceleration, ease. Now, you're not going to get any of these kinds of factual, functional understanding from no Vandy clan, I can tell you that much. However, they'll make a video about it, and you'll get nothing but the bad vibration, because that's the vibration you receive when you are not being handled appropriately based on your fear. This is what grounding in fire looks like. Ground down like earth. From the skin to the muscle to the bone, hug in. You create your own reality. Stand up. Sit down. Stand up. Sit down. Choose to stand up. Sit down, choose. Stand up, choose. Sit down, choose. Stand up. Sit down, choose. Sometimes you gotta do things you don't wanna do. It's part of the journey. Do you think I really want to spend 12 hours a day working with a camera making $0 when I've got big weeds in the backyard I need to take care of? My house is a mess. I'm exhausted. I want to go back to work. However, I'm still sitting here waiting on you to make decisions and choices that are so freaking easy. Yet you're still on the fence with doubt and worry about all of it. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm the good person. You're the one who's brainwashed. You're the one attached to the machine. You're the one who's ignorant. Now go find your knowledge. You gotta learn to deal. Understanding and application. Creating habits. Finding your goal. Something to go after. Awareness to who you are. See, something to go after is actually external, not after a human. Unless we're at war, which we are. Because Gary Vaynerchuk teaches, don't tear someone else's building down. However, you still again miss the message. Meaning if you're operating in a kind manner of niceness, and this one is also operating in the same kindness of niceness, then what does that mean? You don't tear that person's building down. However, if this person named Drago is an absolute dickhead, and he's abusive to not only his customers, to the consumer, to his staff, then you're going to take him out. And that's just a fact. Not to mention this fool hires all of Gary Vaynerchuk's old employees by paying them $2 more per hour, working them long hours and abusing them, and then they give away all the information they learned while working at Vaynerchuk. What a great team that you had, aren't ya? And then you see him on the street and you say, thanks for all the training. Now I know how to manipulate with it. Wow, what a winner. So if anyone ever works for Gary Vaynerchuk and no longer does, you better believe they're utilizing his works. And up to until this point, they are psychotic. Because no one ever really understood what he was talking about. Otherwise, we would not be in this space. You don't have a hearing. You don't listen. If I want to be free, I got to be me. Facts. I have to know who me is. Bill Gold said that. Bill, that's a really good one. Here's red, which that's a good sign. Red means love. Frequency is number 1. Phones is space. We were always able to do it. We just didn't know how. Everything you want is already here. Got to figure out how to do it. You got to shift the thinking. Sixth sense is a universal intelligence, also known as a collective consciousness. Reasons, complete, unanimous. You are what you think about. So where do we hear reasons are at? We heard it back in the beginning. This is how you study. Most of you do not know how to study. So I found where reason was, and in the previous section, I didn't know exactly what reason, other than my definition of reason is. Bob's reasoning example is complete unanimous. You are what you think about. Bondage, that's your reason. You are what you think about. Terror barrier. Got it? It's actually interesting, and it helps you grow as a person. And it learns and teaches your cognitive neuron connections to enable you to create your everything you want is already here. If you stop and listen, you'll realize most people aren't thinking. Bob, you're so smart. He says, if you watch the media constantly and it's all bad news, then that's all you are, is bad news. Part of the problem with society at this time is that everybody watches the news all the time. Not to mention you're watching propaganda news. It's all fake. Who cares if it's real or fake? It's all fake. It's all perspectives. It's all based on what the network wants you to believe or see. And like literally in a common sense mentality, even some of my most favorite ones, it's all opinion. We have not seen factual proof. And we're like sick and tired of it. Across the board, all of it. I'm sick and tired of all of it. Okay, here's another version of the mind body. We've got a circle. You can also call this the vicious circle. We got the idea, and the goal. Idea and the goal. And then beneath that you have your personality, the idea in your mind. Okay, so the idea and the goal is at the top. It's introduced. It moves from the conscious mind through to the unconscious mind, through universal intelligence, which is a collective consciousness, because you are everywhere. Okay? Now, moving on into a new form of that is to realize that the idea is here. However, the idea is open for everyone to hear. Meaning this is like the work to make it your own. And then you have external sources to assist you or to hinder your process. Meaning your negative, positive mindset, or your negative mindset, or your positive mindset. There are 7 factors that go into play. We have intellectual factors, which is your education, your perspective. We have 7.6 billion perspectives on the planet. You have your will, which you know what your will is not giving up. Your drive forward. Your reason is what? You are what you think about. Your imagination, your memory, and your intuition. All the creative outlets for this box right here. I made that up. I separated his form, used his words, and it hopes to describe it to you where you, a certain person, could understand the information. I still actually have more development in learning this dialogue myself. That's how interesting I'm learning with you, for you, together, blah, blah, blah. Time and space needs nothing. Frequency connected, dealing with energy and laws. Ideas are frequency. All in harmony, more towards. The problem with what's going on here is now you're going to try to steal it. The triangle is mine, Gary. I'm going to show you something off topic. There's the hygienist, there's the dentist, and there's the patient. And when you're sitting in the dental chair, you have the triangle of conversation. And learning to conversate in a trio. That's the leader, the guest, and the moderator. We've evolved our public speaking. This is how me and Gary and any other person I work with will work a experience. Is on video. Let me write that down. I gotta write the moderator word down. I forget what he uses it for, but he copies, which I don't mind if people copy. But it's like the attachment of the pedestal bullshit that I cannot stand. I cannot stand it. Like, I will go off on someone who acts like an asshole like that. Thoughts come to you in intuitive pickup. Pick them up with awareness and wisdom. Start listening. Pay attention what's coming your way. Jeez, I might have to start another video, y'all. I'm going to read this to you. Listen, we can only get in touch with our own source of intuition and wisdom. You stay out of my space. When we no longer depend upon others' opinions for our own sense of identity or worth. We all tend to worship something. The question is, will we worship the God of opinion or the God of our heart? I worship the God of our heart. I don't give a crap what y'all think about me. And you take offense to that as if your opinion matters. That's how self-centered you are. It's like, oh my God. You think you're the only opinion that matters. Equality. You need to take a long, hard look at what fucking equality is. Equality doesn't mean equal money. Equality means I can say what I want. It's in reason and respectable to others. And so can they. And the evidence in all this bullshit is not one person has reached out to me to have a conversation in real life. Collusion. Corruption and collusion. They started a disinformation board against me. My own fucking government, known as the Democratic Party. And then they tried to bring in some hoe who's a Disneyland wannabe, what do you call it? Broadway performer. I'm sorry, but I ain't no Broadway performer. I found I had less and less to say until I finally became silent and began to listen. I discovered in silence the voice of God, and that's exactly how I found God. And that's exactly why I'm allowed to speak as I am, because as you know, that God is speaking through me. Meaning your asses are getting in trouble. That's the funny part of all of it, is that you sit here and you blame Cassandra for the way she's speaking. However, she's channeling, although it occurs as if she's not channeling. That's how coexisting that her and I can create. It's the amount of level that I place myself within her. It's like, talk about closed-minded. It's like, damn, y'all are self-centered pricks. Oh, God, that's a good one, too. This next one might be a good. I'm going to start a new video. Man, Bob's so awesome. You do know that I can also channel Bob and Bill and Sun Tzu and what's your name? Communicate with Colonel Prouty. It's like, oh my God, I need a break.